We need to chart the course. And so we shall. But there's a few things that it has to be about. One, God. Without a turn back to God, we turn into Greece. Read history. You don't like it? Oh, stop talking about God. You don't like it? Then move on with your life. Read history. Read about revolutions. It always ends the same way if there is no God. Always. I don't care if he's real or fake in your world. I don't care if you call him Buddha or Jehovah. I don't care. I don't care. It will end the same way. And it will allow people to play God. The extremes will rise up. People who want to shove God out of the conversation, and without God, who decides what's right and wrong. What makes you God? Ever heard that? Without God, we have moral relativity. That's wrong. What makes you God? All you have to do is convince enough people that something is right, and it is right. When man starts making up what's right and wrong, it leads to dark, dark places. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Common sense means all of us, the common man, have it, we know it. It's self-evident. Nobody has to teach it to me. I know it to be true. You're being told, and our children are being taught, nothing is true. This is true. The second piece, family. We cannot afford any more decay of the core family unit. It has been decayed. You know what, on tomorrow's program, I think I'm going to read a letter that I wrote to my son 2 weeks ago. And I have to tell you, I have been wrestling with my job. Because I, like so many of you, have put my children up on the altar of this country, trusting that God will somehow or another work out the absence of a father in their life. Because I don't know anybody else that can do what I do. I don't know anybody else that can build what we're trying to build. And I've been praying that God somehow or another will work it out with my kids. Well, you know what? I don't think that's going to happen. And so I'm sitting here. Which one? Which one? Sophie's choice, every day, every day. I don't think I'm different. Family must become a priority. And the third thing is think local. I'm going to show you this map. This is the map of all the results in all of the counties across America. Conservatives used to have the blue surrounded. There used to be very little blue. This is county by county, but it is beginning to reverse. And doesn't it look a little like an infection? I mean, which one is the disease here? Is it the red or the blue? I know that everyone is telling you that it is the red that is the disease, but the chart shows it to you. It creeps in and it spreads. I'm telling you right now, do not live where there is an infection. If there is an infection, look, there's an infection in my state. Look at what a surprise. There's an infection over here. There's very little here, but it's here and here. There's no place to go without the infection except maybe here. But you have to go someplace where like-minded people are headed in the same direction. And then you have to concentrate as a group to get that area healthy. The body is sick, and it is spreading out. You go to those places and you change the school board. You work on the city council. You work on the mayor's office. You see what's happening. You name it, you spread out from there. This is the beginning of a long fight. One election is not the end here. You have to learn from the progressives. They have been battling this for 100 years, and they've been infecting America with their ideology. And look where it's gotten them. They have a stranglehold on the schools, which is the first place they went to. It's taken them 100 years. They had to infiltrate the schools. We have an opportunity unlike any other opportunity, any time in man's history. We have the opportunity to move quickly on schools. Schools have become like progressive mind control camps, trapping our kids for 12 years, 8 hours a day. And then they go to college and you pay for it. Think about it when you send your kids off for another 4 years of anti-American indoctrination. Think about this. I want to show you another map. This one is just of Ohio. This is Ohio in black and white. You'll see the universities. Here's the University of Toledo, Bowling Green. Here's Ohio State. Here's Wright State. University of Cincinnati is, where is it? Right here. Kent State, Ohio State. Now, watch this. Let me show you where the blue areas are. Is that a coincidence? It's a similar pattern throughout the country. Wherever there is a seat of power, our state legislatures, and wherever there's a university, I can guarantee you 9 out of 10 times it looks like this. All the universities are located in counties that voted for Obama. It's systematic indoctrination, and it spreads. It churns out progressive voters, one after another, until it's no longer just Cleveland. It's spreading. Look how it is seeping, and it is directly correlated to the universities and the seats of power. If you think your area is immune, think about this. We're losing all of the key demographics. Obama managed to win a second term despite winning only 39% of white voters. Where did he gain ground? Remember, think of this. 39% voted for Obama who are white, and yet we're the racist ones. Look at these numbers. He got 71% of Hispanics, 73% of Asians, 60% of the 18 to 29-year-old group. The majority of white Republicans, we've always said, well, you know, if you're relying on white Republicans, that minority has become just that. It's shrinking. The minority demographics are now the majority. Asians, Latinos, young people, they're going to the left in a big way. But here's the real problem. Today, in the mainstream media, if you turn it on, it is agonizing to hear them talk about nonsense. How do we appeal to minorities? What? Should we have run a Hispanic? What are you talking about? Judge a man on the content of his character. That's the key. Why don't we find out what our principles are and find ways to unite on those principles? Not playing shell games or dress-up games. What brings us together? The Christian voting bloc is shrinking, gang. The churches are dying. If our churches die, America is over. 6 million evangelicals voted for Obama. 6 million. 42% of Protestant Christians went for Obama. 42%. In 2012, it only went down 3%. 57% of Protestant Christians voted for Romney. That's just 3 more than what McCain got. So while there was a movement towards Romney, it wasn't very much. The people who are going to church every week, and we sit next to, they're changing. We're going in the wrong direction, and if you don't stoke the coals, if we don't double down, we will be begging for the days when we were a house divided against itself. It's going to be completely lopsided, even in the South. Sure, they don't have it now, but if this problem goes unaddressed, they will. It's only a matter of time. I keep saying, move to Texas, move to Texas, move to Texas. Well, let me show you Texas. Look at Texas. And look where it's beginning to turn blue all across the border. That will continue to seep north. We have to stop the infection now. And we have to do it in different ways. We have to come together, stand together where we're strong, gather strength, take a deep breath, and move quickly before it takes over the entire body.